Now, the term cult has many connotations and can definitely mean a lot of different things. But when we think cult, we think bad. We think satanic rituals, we think Scientology, we think Tom Cruise. Which brings us to today's list. It is common knowledge that a lot of celebrities have dabbled in cults or communes, with many still being members of some today. So for this list, we're bringing you the top 10 actors who are linked to cults. Let's jump in. In at 10, Jaden Smith, Organized Society. Surprise, surprise, I mean Jaden Smith's father is a Scientologist, so of course Jaden is engaging in some cultish behaviors himself. Now it may not be a cult in the classic sense of the word, but it has been alleged that Jaden Smith is a member of the Organized Society, which according to its Instagram page is a secret society of individuals who create a place organized to balance Gaia's energies. Now Gaia of course comes from Greek mythology and is the creator of the universe and personification of Earth, aka Mother Earth. Jaden in the past has been pictured countless times with crystal pyramids, which are meant to dispose of negative energy and give out positive vibes. However, this group isn't just about the vibes. According to 2014 reports, the society allegedly introduced Jaden and others to the work of Bhagwan Rajneesh, a controversial spiritual leader that is known in the US as the sex guru due to his focus on sexual liberation. Woohoo! In at 9, Michelle Pfeiffer, Breatharianism. Way back when Michelle Pfeiffer first arrived on the scene and moved to Hollywood, she was taken in by a couple who practice breatharianism, which is the belief that one can subsist solely on light and air. Yeah, weird, right? The actress stated, I quote, "They worked with weights and put people on diets. Their thing was vegetarianism. They were very controlling. I wasn't living with them, but I was there a lot, and they were always telling me I needed to come more. I had to pay for it all the time I was there, so it was financially very draining. They believed that people in the highest state were breatharian." Eventually, Pfeiffer emancipated from the cult and never looked back. Thank God. Coming in at 8, Rose McGowan, Children of God. Arguably one of the most famous cult goers on our list, Rose McGowan spent 9 years of her life growing up among the Children of God sect in Italy. She wrote extensively about the experience in her biography Brave, but to summarize, the actress claimed that at first the experience was incredibly idyllic. However, she went on to later rebel against the cult's hippie lifestyle and specific gender roles. I quote, "I did not want to be like those women. They were basically there to serve the men sexually." McGowan only managed to free herself from the cult when her father feared that she might be molested by members of the group who were beginning to engage in pedophilia, thus prompting her family to escape and flee to America. I quote, "My dad was strong enough to realize that this hippie love had gone south. Thank God they got out when they did." In at 7, Glenn Close, Moral Rearrangement. Not Glenn. When this Hollywood legend was just 7 years old, she and her family were part of the radical conservative missionary group called Moral Rearrangement, which has since been renamed to Initiatives of Change. Classy. The actress spoke on the topic stating, "It's cult living where you're told what to say and how to act. It's very sexually repressive, and yet you're supposed to be remaking the world, but you remake the world in someone else's eyes. So you give up your individuality. As a child, it's catastrophic because that's where you're trying to figure out who you are. I think I still have elements of that." Glenn was stuck in the cult for over 10 years, with her eventually leaving at the age of 22, with the actress stating that it negatively affected her for years to come. I quote, "I wouldn't trust any of my instincts because my beliefs had all been dictated to me." Coming in at 6, JAYNE Mansfield, Church of Satan. Actress JAYNE Mansfield famously joined the Church of Satan back in the 60s, a cult which appealed to stars due to its partying ways and the founder, Anton LaVey's media attention. LaVey and Mansfield reportedly filmed satanic rituals involving LaVey wearing devil horns and a cape, and showed Mansfield drinking fake blood against a background of tiger skins. Fun times. It gets even crazier though. Allegedly, the pair went on to put a curse on Mansfield's then boyfriend, which resulted in a series of terrible events following. Mansfield and her boyfriend ultimately died in a gruesome car crash in 1967, with her 3 children, including Mariska Hargitay of Law & Order fame, surviving. Absolutely awful. Was it the work of Satan? You tell me. In at 5, the Arquettes, Skymont Suburb. Did you know that Scream actor David Arquette was born in a commune in Virginia? Yeah, very Far Cry-esque, I have to say. The actor lived there for a brief amount of time with his sisters Patricia and Rosanna, as well as their parents. The commune had no electricity, bathrooms, bathrooms or running water, with Patricia Arquette stating, "They started it with a bunch of their friends and they wanted to kind of build this utopian society. The family eventually left the commune, with Patricia stating they only left once the other members' true colours began to show. I quote, "My dad said, you bring the seeds of society with you, so you think this is all a great concept, but then suddenly you realise, oh, that dude has a real anger management problem, and this person's an alcoholic, and this person's greedy, and what are we doing here?" The family left the commune and moved to Chicago before eventually settling in Los Angeles. Coming in at 4, Joaquin Phoenix, Children of God. Way back in the 1970s, when Joaquin was just a young boy, he and his family were part of the same cult as Rose McGowan's, the Children of God, which is now known as the Family International. Phoenix in a previous interview talked about his experience in the cult, stating, "My parents had a religious experience and felt strongly about it. They wanted to share that with other people who wanted to talk about their experience with religion. These friends were like, oh, we believe in Jesus as well. I think my parents thought they'd found a community that shared their ideals." Cults rarely advertise themselves as such. It's usually someone saying, "We're like-minded people. This is a community," but I think the moment my parents realized there was something more to it, they got out. After leaving the cult, Joaquin's family changed their name from Bottom to Phoenix. He went on to say, "When people bring up Children of God, there's always something vaguely accusatory about it. It's guilt by association. I think it was really innocent on my parents' part, they really believed, but I don't think most people see it that way. I've always thought that was strange and unfair." Coming in at 3, Winona Ryder, Rainbow Family. Very few people know that this Heathers and Beetlejuice actress spent part of her childhood living among the redwoods in a California commune called Rainbow. There was no television and no electricity, with the actress staying there for a year, during which time she lived in a house with a car on 300 acres of land, shared by other houses. She stated, I quote, "It was just tagged as a commune because people wanted to tag it as that. They wanted to make me out as a flower child, but it was an amazing way to grow up." Now, the actress stated that back in the 90s, however it seems as though her opinions have changed over the years, with the actress giving another interview in 2015 to Metro News, stating that she did live on a commune for 4 years with 7 other families. I quote, "When I say I lived in a commune for 4 years, people think I was in a cult, and it was not a cult at all." Good to know, I just don't believe you. Coming in at 2, Tom Cruise, Scientology. Of course, we can't have a cult list without throwing Tom Cruise right in the top, can we? Tom Cruise is of course one of the biggest supporters and defenders of Scientology, which according to its wiki page is, I quote, "A body of religious beliefs and practices launched in May 1952 by L. Ron Hubbard. At its core, Scientology is a belief that each human has a reactive mind that responds to life's traumas, clouding the analytic mind and keeping us from experiencing reality." Sounds like a blast. The actor has previously stated that he first became involved in the group back in 1990 when he was married to his first wife, Mimi Rogers. Always blame the woman. According to the actor, he struggled with dyslexia and said that Scientology, specifically the L. Ron Hubbard study tech, helped him overcome his dyslexia. Sounds fishy to me. Now, Cruise doesn't speak too much about his beliefs, but he has called Scientology a beautiful religion. Now, of course, there have been countless reports about the true secrets of the group, with many actors and celebs fleeing their grasps over the years, including Leah Remini and Katie Holmes. Many members have gone missing and discovered dead, with many accusing the cult of being behind it. It is known that they don't like people deserting, with reports of them even pushing people into marrying, with it public knowledge that Tom Cruise interviewed people before marrying his ex-wife Katie Holmes. So weird. And finally, coming in at number 1, Allison Mack, NXIVM Cult. Star of the 2001 hit WB show Smallville, which ran for 10 seasons from 2001 to 2011, Allison Mack played the fan favorite best friend Chloe Sullivan. However, little did fans know this actress was engaging in some bizarre antics behind the scenes. Mack was allegedly a member of the NXIVM Cult, which was branded as a self-help group for popular celebrities. Mack reportedly joined the cult back in 2005, during which time she was reported to be used to recruit sex slaves for the cult's leader Keith Raniere. According to reports, the women were routinely degraded, blackmailed, and sexually abused by the leader and other members, including Mack. Many of the women were underage and were branded with Raniere's initials as well as Mack's, with many of the women stating that the branding was Mack's idea. Raniere was ultimately arrested back in March 2018 for sex trafficking and forced labor, while Mack was arrested just a month later. The actress pleaded guilty to racketeering charges in April 2019 and is currently awaiting sentencing in September of this year. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any actors that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2, because everyone's in a cult. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. And until next time, see you later.